All right, for marijuana users in the city, today is the day they have been waiting for.
The first recreational marijuana store in the city opens this afternoon in Lower Manhattan. The dispensary will give folks the opportunity to buy marijuana legally without a prescription. But there are still things to look out for.
That's right, and here to tell us about some of the legal restrictions is attorney Michael Bass. He's with the law firm Abrams Fensterman, one of the people running their cannabis law group. Michael, welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you, Michael. Obviously, the fact that you have a cannabis law group does suggest that you anticipate a lot of marijuana-related litigation. So what types of issues are you anticipating here?
Well, there is current litigation as we speak in regards to whether or not the current law is constitutional and the regulations, and that in and of itself has halted the sale of legal marijuana in 5 of the regions. So that's kind of a wild card. We're going to have to see how that plays out and how that affects the other regions. But a lot of what we do is just prepare folks for the legalization process and the sale of it and all of those matters that come along with that.
All right, well, you have 5 major tips for people to keep in mind. Let's look at them in order. First, of course, purchasers must be 21. Second, you can't buy marijuana legally elsewhere and bring it into the city. That's a federal law. Is that a federal law?
Yeah, so one thing I'm really preaching to folks today is that this program is still in its infancy. Right now, this is just the one place where they're going to be able to buy marijuana legally here in Manhattan. I anticipate the lines are going to be very long, and I just encourage people that to be patient, and if you're in a long line, stay in the line. Don't come up with an idea of, oh, heck with it, I'm just going to go over to New Jersey and buy some. Because when you bring it back over to New York, you've committed a federal crime. So please stay in line in New York.
Right. And how are these tips enforceable? What are the penalties associated with them?
Well, if you if you transport cannabis across state lines, that's a criminal act. So you're looking at, you could face serious prison time if you do that. In terms of penalties, in terms of, say, if you were to if you were to ingest cannabis and drive an automobile, that also could be a criminal penalty. So my primary concern with a lot of these things is the criminal penalties.
All right, well, we know there are only going to be a few legal dispensaries. Tell us about that, and how many do you think there will be, and does that mean that illegal pot dealers are still going to flourish?
So the Office of Cannabis Management is working with local law enforcement to crack down on the illegal market, and I feel personally that is absolutely necessary for the legal market to be able to survive. Keep in mind, the legal market is still in its infancy. There will obviously be other dispensaries opening in the weeks and months to come. The Office of Cannabis Management has made it very clear that they're pushing full throttle, full speed ahead to make this program as large as they can, as soon as they can. But personally, I feel that if there is not a crackdown on the illegal market, the legal market just won't survive.
Right. To that point, this is just the beginning, but there are still places in the city where you won't be able to buy at dispensaries. For example, Brooklyn. Why no legal sales there, Michael?
So Brooklyn is one of the 5 regions that is the subject to the lawsuit in the Northern District of New York. That is one of the areas where you cannot, they're not going to, because of this court order that's currently in place, you're not going to be able to open a dispensary in Brooklyn. Certainly nothing wrong with someone in Brooklyn going over to the dispensary in Manhattan and bringing the product back to Brooklyn so that they can enjoy it. Just don't go out of state and bring it back.
Okay, and finally, you say people can share their pot, but they can't use it as part of a business deal. Talk about that type of scenario here. What would constitute that?
So if you obtain the cannabis legally, you can share your cannabis product with someone who is 21 years of age or older. However, just because you are able to obtain the cannabis product doesn't mean that you all of a sudden magically have a license to sell cannabis. You cannot sell. The only folks that can legally sell cannabis right now is at one dispensary in Manhattan. So you cannot sell it. Okay. And to just go a step further with that, you can't just give someone some marijuana and then say, take like $500 from them for like your Xbox and pretend that you didn't just participate in a marijuana sale or a cannabis sale. So please don't do that either.
Currently, is there any litigation around issues like that?
The Office of Cannabis Management is trying to crack down on that exact conduct. I personally am glad that I'm not the person that has to actually surveil that and crack down on it, but Office of Cannabis Management is working on that with local law authorities.
All right. Well, overall, I mean, do you think New York has created a good cannabis sales system, maybe somewhat free of confusion?
No, I agree. I think it is a great system. It's just they have come a long way in a short period of time, and we're still in the infancy of the actual sales and retail. But I'm confident that this program will eventually thrive. We just have to hang in there and be patient.